LeBron James wasn't ready for this. After the Lakers head coach exposed what was really happening inside that locker room, everything exploded. What happened next left the entire NBA stunned.
I think since we've gotten Bron back, we haven't been as organized offensively. Too many random possessions. So, that's on me. So it's those three things,
J.J. Reed didn't just criticize the Lakers one time. He kept taking shots at their sloppy offense, and everyone knew he was talking about LeBron James. And let's be honest, LeBron didn't take that lightly. After that, things reportedly got tense behind closed doors. The locker room energy completely changed. Here's what happened between Reed, the so-called king, and a team that was already struggling to stay together. IT started on Christmas Day, 2025, when the Lakers were blown out 119-96 by the Houston Rockets. The game was basically over by the third quarter. Houston looked sharp and connected, while the Lakers looked confused and out of sync, arguing over missed defensive switches. The loss hurt even more because it came right after LeBron returned from injury, and the timing raised eyebrows. Then came the press conference that made everything worse. Reed walked in clearly frustrated. When a reporter asked why the Lakers couldn't execute, he didn't hold back. His frustration spilled out for everyone to hear.
Not at all. Not at all. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else to do. I do a lot of joysticking over there on the sideline. And, yesterday I said, hey, let's run away toss and bring it up the left side. I want so-and-so in it. It was after a dead ball. It wasn't like a call it on the fly. And we bring it up that side, and the person I wanted in the away toss isn't over there. It's just like, that's happening so consistently right now. I chalk it up to the holidays.
Methodical, cracking the brain.
I don't know.
And from that moment, you could feel the mood in the locker room change. But this didn't start overnight. J.J. Reed had been warning people for weeks. On December 27th, 2025, after a 124-111 loss to the Los Angeles Clippers, he told reporters the team had looked disorganized since LeBron James returned. He accepted some blame, saying the coaching staff hadn't been running their plays cleanly enough, but everyone understood what he was really hinting at. Since LeBron came back, the offense had no rhythm. Then on January 8th, 2026, after a win over the New Orleans Pelicans, Reed didn't pretend everything was fine. Even after the victory, he said the same issues were still there. Poor spacing, bad decisions, and sloppy execution. He explained it clearly. Luka, D'Angelo, and LeBron are elite playmakers. But if the role players aren't in the right spots, the whole system falls apart.
The other thing that stood out was we ran 12 ATOs last night, 8 of which we didn't run correctly. We tried to run 2 of them again, still didn't run correctly. 1 we tried to run a third time, didn't run that correctly. So just a lot of slippage with execution.
Even after a big win over the Atlanta Hawks on January 13th, J.J. Redick wasn't celebrating. He went straight back to the problem, 12 turnovers in the first half alone. Most of them were avoidable. To him, that wasn't bad luck. That was disorganization and a team not protecting the ball. The numbers supported his frustration. The Los Angeles Lakers were 10th in the league in turnovers, giving it away 14.2 times per game. That didn't make sense for a team led by elite playmakers like LeBron James. Redick didn't blame bad hands. He blamed bad decisions. What made his comments hit harder was that he clearly connected the issues to LeBron's return. Anyone watching could see the shift. The offense went from smooth to forced once LeBron was back in the lineup. Before he returned from his sciatica injury, the Lakers were rolling. They won 11-3 in their first 14 games without him and ranked top 5 in offensive efficiency, scoring about 115 points per 100 possessions. Luka Doncic was fully in control, running the offense with confidence. Austin Reeves had multiple 30-point games. Rui Hachimura stretched the floor and played strong defense. They looked connected, moving the ball, trusting the system. No hero ball, no chaos. That on November 15th, 2025, during the NBA Cup stretch, they dominated the New Orleans Pelicans. Luka had 24 points and 12 assists. Reeves exploded for 31 points and 8 rebounds, even grabbing 20 boards overall. Hachimura added 14 points, all within the flow of the offense. No forced isolations. The system worked. 2 weeks later, on December 1st against the same opponent, it was more of the same. Luka poured in 34 points, and the offense kept clicking. Austin Reeves added 33 points and 8 assists. The big man controlled the paint. Everyone stayed in their roles, and the rotations were clean. The chemistry looked real. It was simple, effective basketball, and it worked. That's why J.J. Redick's comments hit so hard. The Los Angeles Lakers looked solid before LeBron James returned. After he came back, things felt different. More confusion, more tension, even in games they won. Something deeper seemed off in that locker room. When LeBron rejoined the lineup, the numbers dipped fast. The defensive rating, which had been a strong 108 points per 100 possessions, jumped to 117.8 over the next 6 games. The team went 2-4, losing to opponents they had handled just weeks earlier. It looked like regression in real time. Advanced stats raised more questions. Over a 13-game stretch, LeBron posted a minus 4.5 box plus minus. Meanwhile, Luka Doncic was at plus 2.6 and Austin Reeves sat at plus 2.9. When LeBron, Luka, and Reeves shared the floor, the Lakers were outscored by 10 points in 132 minutes together. That suggested timing and fit issues, not dominance in one rough game. LeBron scored 18 points, but finished with a minus 33. Another teammate who didn't even score had a slightly better plus-minus at minus 29. It was a tough stretch, and the numbers reflected it. For some fans, it felt like déjà vu from the 2020 to 2021 season. High expectations, flashes of brilliance, but inconsistency once rotations shifted. Whether it was chemistry, adjustments, or rhythm, something wasn't clicking the same way. The stats, the eye test, and the tension in post-game comments all pointed to one thing. The team needed answers fast. There were moments where LeBron argued with referees instead of getting back on defense. At times he missed rotations, and teammates had to scramble to recover. On some possessions, the offense slowed down with him holding the ball, and the movement that once defined the team seemed to stall. Before his return, the Los Angeles Lakers were playing fast, connected basketball. Role players had rhythm. The spacing worked. The ball moved. But once LeBron James came back, the style shifted to a more ball-dominant approach. That change appeared to affect timing and flow, and some players looked less comfortable. Games that once felt manageable suddenly became tight. Opponents the Lakers had handled earlier in the season started giving them real trouble. J.J. Redick decided not to stay quiet. After reviewing the film and the numbers, he spoke openly in the media, something coaches around LeBron rarely do so directly. Then came the reported locker room confrontation after the Christmas Day loss. According to team sources, tensions rose between Redick and LeBron following that viral press conference. When reporters later asked DeAndre Ayton about Redick's comments, especially the line about practices and meetings being uncomfortable, Ayton reportedly laughed it off. To some observers, that reaction felt dismissive. The head coach had just publicly questioned professionalism after a tough loss. Brushing it aside suggested there was more going on behind closed doors. Earlier in the season, Ayton had also admitted something telling. Not everyone feels comfortable telling LeBron what to do on the court. Not everyone believes they can correct or instruct him. That dynamic raises a bigger question. Is it just respect for a legend, or does it create a power imbalance that affects accountability? Whatever the answer, one thing was clear. The tension wasn't just about one loss. It was about leadership, control, and whether everyone in that locker room truly felt equal when it came to speaking up. This wasn't just normal locker room tension. DeAndre Ayton is considered one of LeBron's closest allies on the team. If even he hesitates to speak up, that suggests how strong LeBron's presence is inside the room. Whether it's fear, respect, or hierarchy, not many people seem eager to challenge him. And there's history that fuels this narrative. When David Black coached the Cleveland Cavaliers, the team was winning and sitting near the top of the Eastern Conference. But reports of tension between him and LeBron James kept growing. Mid-season, Blatt was fired. Fair or not, many fans believed LeBron's influence played a role. Then there's Frank Vogel. He led the Los Angeles Lakers to a championship in 2020. But when the team struggled later, Vogel took the blame and was dismissed. Critics argued that roster construction and injuries were major factors. Yet the coach was the one who paid the price. Even Eric Spoelstra faced early tension during the Miami Heat era. The famous sideline moment where LeBron bumped Spoelstra during a timeout became symbolic of that strain. The key difference? Pat Riley. Riley reportedly made it clear that organizational authority wouldn't shift, even for a superstar. Spoelstra stayed, and eventually became one of the league's most respected coaches. Not every franchise has that kind of front office backbone. When J.J. Redick publicly criticized the disorganization that followed LeBron's return, it felt bigger than basketball. It sounded like a challenge to the power structure, a test of whether the franchise would prioritize accountability or superstar comfort. History often shows that when tension rises between a coach and a generational star, the coach is the one who loses. The real question is, would this situation be any different?